That a little bit. All right, we are live. I'm just gonna pull up the feed here. I didn't even ask you.
What'd you say?
I said, how was the weekend?
Oh, it was good. It was awesome. We had our baby shower on Saturday. So
Nice.
got to hang out with a lot of friends I haven't seen in a while, family I haven't seen in a while due to COVID. So it was awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Got
So
a new
now,
property live as well.
and you got a property live?
Well, we got it set up. We're taking pictures today. Gonna list it probably tonight. So
Sweet. Did you have to fully furnish that one? Or was it?
no, it came like 60, 70% done. So we actually purchased a lot of the staging furniture.
Yep.
So it made the weekend a lot more relaxing. That's for sure.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good
It's
tip.
great.
Like if it's furnished well, see if you can just get the staged furniture. That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, and like the little things too. Like they had a bunch of like plants and like books and stuff, magazines, just like stuff that's end tables. Like they're annoying to put together, you know.
Yeah.
So we didn't have to do any of that.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to talk about the power of affirmations. And this is something that I resisted for a long time, if I'm being honest. Like I just felt weird doing it. Um, but I'll tell you, man, there's between this and the visualization stuff, like this will change your state and like really take you to that next level faster than anything else I've seen. Like when you know what you want, you're writing it down, you're visualizing it, and then you're stating it out loud, like these different affirmations, like it totally takes you to that next level. And the biggest thing that, the reason that we're doing this mindset Monday is because we can, I've seen it so many times. Like I can show somebody exactly what to do to run a successful short-term rental business. But if they don't have the mindset and the habits behind it, it will implode every time. Like it just like it won't get off the ground and they won't persist. And it just, they will not fulfill their goals if they don't have this second key piece of it. It's a law. Like it just won't happen. So, I was trying to think of the best way to actually go through this. And, you know, I'll get vulnerable. I'll share some of my affirmations today with people so they can understand like how I approach it. But I think the biggest thing is the way I approach affirmations is like I have the goals of like what I want to achieve, but then I ask myself, who is the person that achieves these goals? Like, who do I need to become? Where do I need to level up in order to reach these goals? Right. So I don't need to go through like all of my goals, but as an example, right? Like these are my affirmations that I just did a little while ago this morning, right? So I maintain a positive mental attitude in everything I do. I am polished and professional. I take care of my mind, body, and spirit. I leave everyone with the impression of increase. I bring out the best in everyone around me through my energy and leadership. I am a loving, patient, and fun father and husband. I operate with integrity in everything I do. I'm a world renowned speaker, author, and coach. I am connected to my higher power and manifest everything I want with ease. My real estate portfolio grows every month, and my students manage the portfolio with ease. That's something you and I were talking about offline about like the vision of where I want to take the mastermind is that continues to grow. I'm constantly building my portfolio, but one of my goals is to be able to partner with more students and get their feet wet and have them basically, I'll go out and buy the deals and they can co-host them and learn the ropes that way, right? As long as, we've gone through the process, they've gone through the mastermind, all the trainings, we're comfortable. It's just getting their feet wet. And then eventually JV and you and I were talking about partnering on some deals, like different stuff to just all continue to grow together. So I'm making sure to affirm that every single day that that's part of my vision and where we're going with this business. So
Yeah.
I don't know for you, Mike, like what do some of your affirmations look like? And also when do you do them? For you, like what does your routine look like for when you're doing your affirmations?
Yeah. So this one I've been really excited about. We talked about doing this last week and starting with goal setting 2 weeks ago, visualization last week, and affirmations. This is something I think I lack, and I think I might do a little bit subconsciously, but I don't do it consistent enough right now. I think I told you I started doing this when I was 14 years old. I was playing tennis. I wanted to play professionally. I got introduced to a sports psychologist, and first thing he talked to me about was affirmations. Like, what are we telling ourselves? What story are we telling ourselves? And starting with like, what are affirmations? And the definition I found is an affirmation is a short, powerful statement. They allow you to consciously be in control of your thoughts. So there's a bunch of books that are out there, like The Power of Story, The Power of Habit, how we can train our conscious and subconscious mind, but to control our thoughts. So I'm more curious. So you already shared your affirmations, but more curious, like, since I don't do them right now, how often do you do them? What does your routine look like? And how, like, why would someone start doing these affirmations? Like, why did you start?
For me, it was positive peer pressure, right? So I'm in a very high level mastermind, and we pair up so we meet every Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern. We meet for an hour, go through a bunch of different stuff, and then we pair up for the week. And there's a reading that we'll do together as a pair. And then there's an additional layer that we added in, that we all video ourselves doing our affirmations for 3 minutes, and we post it in a private Facebook group. So there's this extra layer of accountability. And the first couple times you do it, you feel awkward, and it's like, man, I don't know if I want to share this stuff or whatever, but it forces you out of your comfort zone, and it adds that extra layer of accountability for people to do it consistently. And so what I found for me is the best time for me to do this stuff is in the morning before I start working, because it primes me to get in that state of, this is who I am. This is who I want to operate as. And like, this is the level that I want to operate at. And if I do it in the morning, it's just priming me to start thinking as that person that's achieving my goals. Right. So when I do it in the morning, I find for me, it just primes me for the day, and my day just goes better, as opposed to I was doing it at night before. And it's fine. I mean, you got to do whatever you got to do for your schedule. But I found for me, if I can do it in the morning, like if I can write my goals, visualize, and do my affirmations in the morning, like I'm good, man. I'm bulletproof. I'm attracting everything I want, and I'm like ready to go. So that for me has definitely been the best recipe that I've personally tested.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we talked about writing down the goals, so you're actually feeling it and you're seeing it on paper, and then saying these affirmations, you're hearing it. That kind of covers the bases on the senses there.
Yeah. And there's something to it, like when you actually speak it out. Cause I used to write this stuff out, but I wouldn't necessarily affirm it. I wouldn't say it out loud. And if you've ever been to like a Tony Robbins event or listen to any of his stuff, right, he calls them incantations, where, you kind of he calls it, it's been a while since I've been to one of his events, but it was like, he calls it like, make your move, or get in this like powerful, like stance, and like you do something like this or whatever it is for you that kind of like gets you in this powerful state. And when you affirm this stuff out loud while you're in that state, you mix the emotion with what you're affirming. It just ingrains it deeper into your subconscious, because what we're trying to do is reprogram our subconscious to start operating at a higher level, right? So we talked about it before, but like a crucial piece to your success is shifting your identity. So, it used to be Mike, the $80,000 a year accountant, right? And then it went to this, and then this, and then this, and then it'll just keep going, like the full-time real estate investor, the coach, the author, like that's one thing that I'm affirming, right? The speaker, like all these different things. But until it gets down into my subconscious, I won't operate at that level, and I'll subtly screw up opportunities that come my way without even realizing it, because it's not in line with my identity yet. Right? So that's the whole point of doing this stuff, is like becoming the person that you need to be to achieve the goals that you actually want to have. Like I was talking to somebody earlier that was looking in the mastermind, and they're like, I want to do it. I have the money to do it, but they still have this fear, and they're still operating under that like employee mindset. And I'm just like, where else is this habit showing up for you? Like, where else are you saying no to things that you want? Because subconsciously you're just like, you just have this fear. Like you're just used to just operating inside your comfort zone instead of saying, this is what I want. It's outside of my comfort zone and I'm going to go for it. Like, period. Like, if I
Yeah.
want something now, like, I don't say, oh, I can't have that. I'm like, how can I get that? Or how do I get that? Just ask myself better questions. And most of the time, it means I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to do something that I'm uncomfortable doing, whether it's releasing a lot more money, you know, to a coach, a mentor, whatever it is, or investing in something, or speaking on a stage that I wouldn't necessarily be comfortable speaking, you know, whatever it is. Like, but the more you do those things, the less fear you have around them. And then you just keep going bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And I know those things help you get through the tough situations too. I mean, you've had some interesting situations happen the last couple of weeks with the hotel, and I'll share one real quick. Last week we were supposed to close on the property in Raleigh. We're supposed to, you know, it was a line to close at 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. Well, we didn't have the clear to close until about noon on Thursday. So between 9 and noon, I still didn't know if we were going to have the clear to close from the lender. So I was waiting at the title company at the lawyer's office, ready to sign papers, and we didn't know if we were going to even have the clear to close because the underwriter was asking for so many different things. So we had contractors lined up to come at 1, to come at 2, and another contractor to come at 3 to knock out all these projects. We didn't have the keys to the house yet. We had deliveries coming. So I was way out of my comfort zone. I didn't have control over what the underwriter needed or how fast they moved. Yes, I was communicating with them, trying to get them to move as quickly as possible. But I was just nervous, stressed, anxious, all that stuff. And I sat down in a conference room at the lawyer's office, and I just started writing down how cool it was going to be once we got this property up and running, and why I was doing it. And I've got a page in here somewhere of what I was writing out. And I wrote out for probably 5 or 10 minutes, and it was just relaxing to like visualize myself in this property. And also I wrote down the papers are signed, the loan is closed, we're happy, looking back at the process, and we're actually laughing on what happened. That's something you and I had talked about in the past. Like these things, these stressful situations, even though they're stressful at the time, like if you just power through them, you're going to look back and say, all right, I learned from this. This is something I can get through by doing this next time, or looking out for XYZ next time. And these affirmations are just journaling or writing down. They help you get through these stressful situations and then grow from there. So that's something I've learned a lot from you, a lot from like different books I've read. But you know, goal setting, visualization, and then affirmations, taking it to the next level. It's only going to help. It's going to help me get through the stressful situations, because if it was easy, everybody would be running a short-term rental business right now and having $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 businesses. But it's not easy. There's going to be a lot of stressful situations, and affirmations kind of help expect a different level from yourself, and know that you can operate on a different level, rather than, you know, having that little voice in the back of the head going, wow, I'm never doing this again, or I knew you couldn't do it, or this is too good to be true. Like, we're making too much money with this business. It had to blow up at some point, you know? Yeah. So it's, it was a stress. And I know I texted you on Thursday morning. I was like, it's stressful. But after I sent that text, I sat down in that little room. I started writing out. I felt so much better.
100%.
So much better. So, and it's one more thing I'll add. So this watch I've got, it actually monitors your stress level. Really? So it can show, like, I guess it takes in heart rate or something, but it can show how your stress level goes up and down. And that whole morning, it was like 100. I think the highest you can get is like 150. And then once I sat down and started writing this out, it dropped. And then once we got the clear to close, it dropped again. So 100, right around the 100 level is like you're supposed to be like doing a like kickboxing workout or doing like a tough workout. So that morning I was at 100, but once I started, you know, journaling, writing some of these things out, and then speaking them, visualizing them, like my stress level went way down. We closed. And now we're about to get this thing listed and start making some money on it. So
I love it. And that is something I do want to touch on real quick, is that ability to relax. All that stress is, okay, I don't care what your religious beliefs are at this point. And for listeners, it's irrelevant. All that I know is that I believe in a higher power. You can call it God, universe, Buddha, Allah, Jesus. I don't really care what you call it. But if I have faith in a higher power, and I know that the higher power wants me to have what I want, then I don't need to stress ever. Because as long as I'm communicating with the higher power, which is what we're essentially doing through affirmations, and I don't want to get too deep on this, but this is actually what's happening, then I never stress. I don't need to stress, because like I just have that faith that whatever is happening is just going to lead me to the next thing that is going to get me to whatever I want. So why would I stress? When you have that faith, it's just like, just chill. Like, you're good. Everything's going to work out fine. You know, whether it's financially, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, as long as you have a clear mental picture of exactly what you want to happen, and you have the faith that it's going to happen, and you're putting in the work, like, it will happen. It's a law. It has to. So what are you stressing about? Why would we stress about this? So it's just let that go and just relax. You know, some of the best months that we've ever had in business were on the back end of me being super stressed and then just letting it all go. And then it was just like, things just started happening. And next thing you knew, you look back and you're like, wow, it was the best month we've ever had. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just got to let that stuff go. So I love it, man. Anything else you want to add in?
No, I think this is good. Short, sweet. Do we have any questions or anything? Any comments?
I'm not seeing any in here. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here.
All right.
So I think that's it for this week, guys. Again, like, I have paid tens of thousands of dollars to like learn and assimilate and implement this information, and we're giving it to you guys. Now the key is for you to go and actually do it. Like, go do, if you actually want to change your life, then just freaking do it. I just see so many people that like make these excuses to themselves. I'm like, shut up and just go do it. And then if it doesn't work, you can tell me. But until you actually go out and execute, but do it consistently for 30 days and watch what happens to your life. 30 days. But like, you got to want it and you got to do the work. I'm not going to do it for you. Mike's not going to do it for you. Just go out and do the work. Period. Okay. So this group got a new mantra, like, no excuses, make it happen no matter what. You go out, you set your goals, and you hit your freaking goals. That's it. Like, not this wishy-washy stuff. Like, I hope I lose 10 pounds. I hope I make 10 grand a month of short-term rentals. No, we're going to go do it. But you got to do it by implementing this stuff. And so go out and execute. Do it for a minimum of 30 days every single day. And then just watch what happens. You change your whole life in 30 days. Literally. So go do it. That's it. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Mike, for jumping on. We'll see everybody back here tomorrow for Mike and Mike on Tuesdays, talking all things short-term rentals. I think we're getting into locks tomorrow, Mike.
Yep. Locks, different locks that we've used, different technologies, and also different scenarios on why you need them and things to look out for. So it'll be good.
100%. Awesome, buddy. Well, appreciate you. Everybody, take care. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern Standard. Take care.